Okay, so here's the problem. We have like no snow in the forecast. We're supposed to get hammered with a really bad, above average snowfall winter. And let's put it this way, the new Farmer's Almanac, which is usually wrong, said we're going to have a very mild winter. The old Farmer's Almanac, which they claim has like a 70 something or almost an 80% accuracy rate for the last 60 years, they said we're going to have a late warm Indian summer and then above average snowfall, which we have had a very late, very warm Indian summer. So I assume they were right, like they always are. But it's been in the high 30s, low 40s for the last couple weeks. We got a couple inches of snow the other day. It melted in less than 24 hours. It was gone. It wasn't even enough to plow. It just stuck to the yards and on the vehicles and nothing on the roads. But looking at the long range forecast for like the next 3 to 4 weeks, it's all in the high 30s, low 40s. There's a couple days calling for snow, but nothing much at all. So here's the deal. I'm pulling that back plow off. Now that back plow is a major pain in the ass to get off. It does not come on off easy like it's supposed to, but I haven't had it on and off the plow, or I haven't taken it on and off the truck since we bent it back straight again. So that may have been an issue why it was such a pain. I'm not really sure. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull up, hook up to the Western, turn around, back in, and drop that back plow right there. The main reason is because I'd like to put it up alongside my house, but that's all stone over there, and I know it'll be even harder to get that thing on and off if I have it sitting in the stone, or so I believe. So I'm gonna take it off, and because I'm tired of driving around with it. It sits up at a pretty good height, but you got to be so careful. I'm smacking it on everything, and it's just, you know, you got to watch for it. It's a lot wider than the truck. It's just a royal pain in the ass to drive around with that thing all the time, and they're not calling for any significant amount of plowable snow for at least 3 weeks. So I'm taking that sucker off. So like I said, I got to hook up to this plow, which is super simple, and then back out, turn around, back in. I'm going to dump that back blade right where that plow is sitting, and then I'll turn around again and pull the Western off and set that right there. I don't need to be driving around with any of these plows in my truck. It's just a pain. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do, and we'll see how easy it comes off. I have no idea. It might just give me problems again.
I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul.
Well, it's off there. A lot of tugging back and forth. Then I finally said screw it, stomped on the gas a couple times, came out. But they didn't work the first time. See, I greased that thing up last time before I put it back in there. What a pain. And now it's up higher, but even when I lower it down, see, like right now, this jack is loose. It's like barely on the, it's barely on there. So it's not, because I mean this jack's supposed to help it some, but what a pain. What a total pain. And that's how quick a Western comes off. The only two grease fittings on this plow. One right there and one right there. I do have to get that done. I haven't done that yet this year. I lied. There's one more grease fitting right down there. Okay, so that's all done. And that plow's ready to go. This plow technically is ready to go too. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. No snow in our near future anyway. So yeah. I'm not too concerned with putting that plow on and leaving that plow on there. So I'll just need the other one on and I'll be good to go for now. Got that. I just broke another clip right there. I break more of these things on a regular basis. I order them in packs, not the GoPro brand, because the GoPro brand, those break just as easy, but they cost like 3 times as much as these ones. So I buy these ones. But look, Billy ain't been around in a while, huh? I think Billy just woke up. Did you just wake up?
No, I've been out for like a couple hours.
Really?
Yeah, I ate chicken
Are you
noodles.
sure?
Yeah, I ate some chicken noodle soup, took a shower.
Oh man, it's hotter than hell in here. Really? That a boy. Proud of you, Billy. Well, we're gonna go down and we are going to put the tailgate back on this truck because there's no reason for it to not be on there. I don't like the way it looks without it on there. It makes me look like twice the hillbilly I really am. I don't know. It just looks ghetto as shit. I don't like it. But since I don't have the back plow on there anyway, I'm gonna go throw the tailgate back on it. Now we're gonna go to Roscoe's because if you guys follow me on Instagram, you've seen my Rectech 700 smoker wood pellet grill. It's a commercial series grill. It's not like, they make nothing but commercial grills and smokers, no homeowner stuff. And they're pricey, but you get what you pay for. So it's you have stuff like Pit Boss, then Traeger, then there's another one in there somewhere, and then you have Rectech. They're like top of the tier, best you can buy. So anyway, I wanted to fold down Rectech metal shelf that goes on the front of it, but they were out of stock and I kept trying to order one and I couldn't get one. So I got this really nice piece of black walnut, the slab. from a guy that sells them in my area, and I ordered these heavy duty collapsible hinges, and I was just gonna mount it and make it myself, and then I never got around to doing it. Next thing I know, you know, I got an alert to my phone that RecTech had sent me saying they had more of the shelves in stock, so I just ordered one and I put it on. But anyway, I got Ryan to order one of these RecTech 700s called the Bull, just like mine, and he couldn't get the shelf because they're out of stock again. So I'm giving all that stuff to him, the hinges, the piece of the slab of wood. So he just got his in yesterday. So we're gonna go down and put the tailgate back on the truck, and then we're gonna go over to Roscoe's and bring him this slab of wood and these collapsible hinges so he can put them on. Yeah?
Sounds like a plan to me.
Sounds like a plan, Skippy. Let's do it.
Plan, Stan.
Like, right now it's recording me.
Okay.
Just, there's a microphone right there, and there's one right there. Just don't cover up the microphones.
Okay.
All right, let's go put this tailgate up. There's the size of the dually. Oh, I should have put my gloves on. This has undercoating all over the bottom of it. And look, when I took the back plow off, I pulled the hitch pin out. There it is. At least
It's been on the back of the truck.
yeah, at least it didn't fall off. Okay, so that goes in there like that. This down on that side like that. Take this fancy cable here. Goes on there. Pull it back. Under. This one here. Goes in there. Pull it back. Under. Nice and simple. I'm covered in crap. So this is way better than what I had on there before. I told you guys the other day I didn't like it. I wasn't able to pull it tight. Now that's tight now. I have it pulled real tight. Little wrinkle right here, little wrinkle in the front, no big deal. Nothing's gonna matter or make any difference. But I went and got 1/2 inch cabinet grade plywood. I said in the video the other day carpentry grade. What I meant was cabinet grade plywood. It's a lot stronger, it's better, more expensive, but it's worth it. So I got a chunk of that. I ripped that other seat apart. This is the material that was on the other one, so now I have to go get more of this material to do the other seat. But I was able to stretch it a lot tighter. I borrowed a Milwaukee jigsaw, is the only Milwaukee tool I don't have, and man, I borrowed Ryan's and that thing was awesome. Probably the best jigsaw I've ever used. But anyway, so I cut out two templates. There's the one for the B there. Cut out the other one, and I had this idea I could pull a lot tighter, stretch it better, and get good impact with the staples and the staple gun versus run the staples through that plastic, which was a nightmare. And so that was my idea. And then I just used these tech screws and screwed the plastic piece right to the plywood, because like I told you guys, see these hooks right here? These hooks right here are what I have to hook into the bottom of that plastic. That's how it locks in the front. And that's why I need that plastic piece in there. I could have fabbed something up on the bottom of that plywood, but I figured it's better just do it this way. So I'm gonna put that on now, and we're gonna see how this worked out. But I definitely think this is gonna make a huge difference, and I already like the way this looks a lot better. Okay, it's a little thicker, so trying to stuff it up under there, I kept trying to push the seat forward and back off there. So I think it'll be fine on there now. Oh, what a world of difference. That's awesome. Man, huge difference with all that padding on there versus the padding that was on there. That's awesome. I like that. I think that's going to make so much of a difference being on this thing all day. I like it. Nice big fat padded seat. Definitely a huge improvement over what I had in there. Alright, so if you guys didn't watch the video, it was yesterday or the day before when I made the video about dissecting a $1,200 seat. This thing's like $1,200. I guess it depends on the dealer you go to and what you get it for, but yeah, that's about the price for it and what they go for. And I showed how I tore it apart and why it's not worth it and what I had to do to make it better. So I just wanted to change it up even more from what I did the other day, and yeah, this is it. I like it. I think I'll be happy with this one here. But like I said in the video the other day, if you haven't watched it, go back and watch that video. It's a good video. I'm still going to run this one for the spring for a little while and see how I like it. And if I truly like it and it works good, then I'll swap the other one out on the B. And that one should be good to go too, just like this. But if not, I'm not even going to bother ripping that seat apart on that one. I'm just going to sell the whole unit the way it is, and we'll be done with walkers. Other than this one, I'll always keep for leaf cleanup until it dies, and then I'll just do whatever else. Bag with the skag, I guess. Bag with the skag. I'll do whatever else I have to do, but this will definitely be the last one of walkers for me if this doesn't take care of it. So I really believe that Walker has fallen behind in a huge way. I don't think they have ever held any more than 4% of the commercial market. I believe it usually averages around 2 to 3%. I could be wrong, but I don't think they've ever held any more than 4%. And there's a lot of reasons for that. They make a phenomenal deck, a phenomenal cutting mower. I've made a million videos about this stuff, okay? There's nothing in the world that cuts like a Walker deck. Everybody knows that. Even people that don't want to run Walkers, don't want nothing to do with Walkers, even they know that. But Walker keeps every year they come out with new stuff, and it's all the wrong stuff. It definitely, truly is the wrong stuff. Let me show you this. They had a couple other things that came out, but 2019, their big release, I'm not shitting you, I mean it, this was their big release. They had a couple other things, but this is what they raved the most about. This is what everybody went nuts about. A cup holder. Seriously, a cup holder. This year, they released a bunch of new decks. For what? For what? Why? Why? The decks they released are cool. They're definitely cool. They do some cool stuff, but they are lagging so far behind in the commercial market and only hurting themselves. They could put suspension on one of these machines. They could still put suspension on the tractor part itself and still keep a true floating deck with having suspension on this machine. They have the engineers to do it, to figure it out. Why not? They should have put suspension on these machines. Would have made a world of difference. That's one of the biggest reasons. People say they're slow and people say they have no suspension, they hurt. Okay, they are slower than a lot of other mowers. Unless you get into the Walker H, that thing flies. But the Walker B is pretty fast too. But one of the biggest reasons people won't get on these is because they have no suspension and they jar the shit out of you. If Walker would fix that, I believe they would take a huge jump into the commercial market. They're never going to make a standard. That's never going to happen. Walker will never put out a standard. And that's one of the big things hurting them too. Everybody has made standards. Standards are where it's at now. That's the new thing. Not really a new thing. It's been a thing for a while, but every year it gets more and more popular. But if they could figure out a way to make a standard, it would be monstrous for them, just huge. It would skyrocket them. But I'll tell you, putting suspension on their machines, some type of suspension to lessen the impact of guys that are on these all day long, would just skyrocket their company. But instead they just keep making more and more decks, you know, not really attachments. They're just making more and more different style decks for nothing. Some guys are into it. Some guys are like, yeah, I gotta have that deck. And the majority of us, because these guys, I have more Walker videos than anybody in the world, promoting their products, talking about their products, repairing any type of repairs, things like that on them. And guys question me all the time, messages on Instagram, messages on YouTube, emails, direct messages. Everybody always comes to me with this Walker stuff, and trust me, the larger percentage of the Walker market truly believes that is the issue. They need to put suspension on their machines, and a lot of guys are gearing to get away from them just because they don't have the suspension on the machines, just because they get beat up for being on these things all day long. You know, there's a lot of other machines on the market that maybe don't cut as good as a Walker, but they still leave a really good cut. Like my Skag V-Ride 2, my Toro Grandstand, they leave phenomenal cuts. Yeah, the Walker's just that little touch better, but they leave phenomenal cuts. And my customers really could care less. They want, unless you're in high-end HOAs, condominiums, places like that, people don't care. They want their grass mowed, they want it to look decent, they want no laying grass there, they want no ruts, make it look decent, bill them. That's what they want. And all these other mowers will do it, hands down. So, I don't know. I think Walker's hurting themselves, and this is one of the biggest reasons why. And I had to fix it myself.
Make sure you hit the subscribity bobbity button, leave a thumbs up, and comment if you want to. You don't have to, but if you want to, you can. We'll see you in the next one.